Good morning, everyone. Greetings from India. I took a 31-hour flight last night to get here. It's great. Boond is a solar energy access company. It addresses somewhat the worst problem that the world faces and is not being worked on. We provide high-quality servicing, installation, as well as support for urban and rural rooftops. It's been a journey for us for the past 3 years. It's been a journey for us over the past 3 years, and we've done a lot of stuff. We've raised a round of funding domestically through IIM Ahmedabad CIE and also through international funders last year. But the most important stuff that we've done is we've electrified over 25,000 households in two of the largest states of India. We've done it with solar technology, but we focused on building a technology platform and not just a product. So it's very customized to the user need and what the community comes up with. Now, why did we do it? Because 200 million people in India alone are living without electricity. And not just that they're living in complete darkness and using kerosene for their daily needs, they're severely retarded in terms of the economic progress that they are doing with the country. But we don't see it as a problem. We see it as an opportunity because we see it a way to get people to actually accept clean technology that the urban people aren't yet accepting. So these people are sort of the pathfinders, the pioneer works in them. And the market is huge. The market is incredible, over $25 billion. So while the problems are very complicated, the solutions are simple. Some of these are microgrid technologies where we have pay-as-you-go microgrids. Some of them are home systems. In a lot of ways, things are, the products are very simple, but the fact is the goal is to understand and customize it according to the people and the community and develop something that can really add value to them. Here's some of our passion to do it. We now have a team of over 45 people. And the core team is been working together for past 5 years. It's both engineers and managers, and it works very well together. And they're super committed people who've left jobs from all over the world to come and solve this problem. We supported not just by advisors, but by investors as well. Like I mentioned, we raised a round of funding. But what's even more interesting is now we've also been supported by academics from all over the world. So one of our microgrid projects is being studied by the Columbia University to understand how the behavioral pattern of people change in the rural area where their first interface with energy is a renewable energy platform instead of a grid. So it's been an amazing, fascinating journey, and I'm here today because, of course, to meet you all, but also to raise our second round of funding next year. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Can you tell us a little bit about what differentiates your company from other solar installers?
Thank you. There were 3 generations of installers in solar. The first ones came with a very product approach. So they would create a solar lantern or a lamp and try to sell it in the market. The second one came ahead with a financial approach. They did create a loan or a product. Our generation of companies, which is the third generation, comes up with an approach to understand the demand of the community and use an ecosystem approach. So we just don't have a product which is of a weird shape. We'd probably look at the community, what is the solution, how much can they pay, is there a bank close by, what is the servicing infrastructure, and build a solution accordingly. So for example, the microgrid that we spoke about, it's pay as you go. Because we found out there were 2 problems with conventional microgrids. One is people had to pay even if they didn't use it, and that sounded unfair to them, especially in the rural areas. And second, they would drain the battery once they started using it because they wouldn't understand that they're paying more. So this technology is one of the examples of our approach is slightly different and quite differentiated. And now it's been 5 years that we've been championing that let's move from products to ecosystem. And it looks good. Our revenues are crossing $1 million this year. Touch wood. Thanks.
I'm curious, that's excellent, amazing. Congratulations on that. In terms of the customization part, have you found a way to do that that is actually profitable?
Yeah, so the customization is in the front end. For example, how many lights, where the lights have to be placed, what is the wattage utilization. The back end is fairly standardized. So, the amount of wattage of the panel is very standardized. And the customization is focused on us training the last mile technicians to understand this stuff. And we also have a mobile app, which they feed it in, which makes them very much in touch with the community. But it's fairly standardized at the back end. Works well.
What is your competitive advantage? Because this is now a space that other companies are moving into. I've seen this model, and it's a great one, but it's now getting competitive. What's your advantage going forward?
3 competitive advantages. One is we've spent 5 years learning the ropes, and it's been an iterative process of learning. So we obviously have a lot of data and knowledge that helps us. Second is this is an ecosystem approach, which is still very different from a productized solution to the problem. And that basically is, it stands on the relationship that you've developed with the communities, and also with, how you trained your technicians and how you've formalized your processes and systems to grow it like that. And number 3, we're different because we're just passionate young people solving a particular cause. And I guess there's too much problems. There's too big a problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much.